all right. Slow reaction time. Okay. Let's try to. I'm going to try to do another impromptu translation. Need to clear my head, wake up. I feel groggy. I'm going to drink a bunch of water, then do some bench press so I can get out. And like sit up some stretching and stuff. I'm going to do Spanish this time. And I need to clear my head. I've just been watching these manly men talking about fighting each other. And I've been thinking a lot about the Silver Fox. It's one of the few remaining gay bars here in Long Beach that's actually has gay people predominantly, rather than 40% gay and 60% hipster. And so I need to clear my head because whenever I see these men, they are so bound up in this infantile, heterosexual, masculine fantasy. I don't mean all straight people or all, masculine guys, whatever. I just mean this idea of like, and then he called me a name, and I was like, I'm gonna beat you up, bro. And then it's like, I'll beat you up when you're ugly. Then this is so real to so many grown men, so many grown men, so many grown men. And it's okay, I think, as somebody who's kind of FAGGY sometimes, I can accept you if you understand it as drama, like wrestling, a bunch of hot guys slamming each other around, as drama and theatrical. The problem is I think it loses its masculine authenticity. Anyways, we're going to translate the impromptu translation for Spanish today. Let's go. Let's do it. I need to wake up. I need to be productive. I've gone off coffee. I've gone off the dispensary items. I quit smoking a while back. It's all going good, but so I'm trying to generate my energy internally rather than chemically. So we're going to do the same. No, actually, let me see. La Jornada is a Spanish news publication, I think. La Jornada, is that what it's called? I don't know. Is it a periódico? Let's see. La Jornada, see? It is a thing, as the kids say. This computer sucks, by the way. I'm gonna get a new computer. Okay. Choose randomly. This is gonna be a lot harder than the one I did in Chinese, and my Spanish is not as good. So, okay, let's try this. Okay, this is gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me. What I want to show as a teacher, it's important to show that we can do a lot even if we're not perfect, even if we're scared, and even if we're in over our heads. I'm gonna take 3 paragraphs. Okay. And let's see what we get with this. I have much more experience in Mandarin than Spanish, in a sense. Yo soy de Sur de California y como en mi juventud, en mi familia, hay muchas personas que hablan español. Y las revistas y las canales como películas, telenovelas, y en mi experiencia hay muchas cosas que son en español, pero no tengo mucha experiencia por usar este idioma. Y ahora tengo una maestra y estoy mejorando mi nivel de español, oral Spanish, as they say. But I think leer los textos en español es más fácil para mí hablar. You see how choppy that sounds? Because that's what it's like to be learning, the process of learning, right? You don't get it right. It's not perfect. Just make sure it's in a standard font for me. Oh, It's right here. So I was looking at the wrong thing. And then let's make this a little bigger. Let's put it at 16, should be good. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna break this up into sections. So let's chop that in half here. Okay, Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City, easy. El diálogo económico de alto nivel anunciado para el 9 de septiembre será encabezado por parte del gobierno de Estados Unidos por la vicepresidenta Kamala Harris. Bam. El diálogo economic, let's just try the economic discussion. I mean, are they actually saying dialogue? I'm not sure, but I'm just going to give a rough translation discussion. The alto nivel, the high level, anunciado, they announced. So who announced? High level economic discussion announced. So, okay. Let's switch this around. Let's say Vice President Kamala Harris oh, okay, will take part. This is, see, I'm doing it, I'm recording myself because I want people to see that this is a vulnerable thing and that learning is a process of, you know, being vulnerable and not knowing if you're, what you're doing is right, or if people are going to look at you and say this person is clueless. Okay, so Vice President Kamala Harris will take part in high level economic discussions that will encabezado. Sounds like encompass. Oh, no. Commence. Encabezado. Encabezado. There you go. Inglés. Okay. Header. Show head. It should be the head. Okay. Will lead high level economic discussions see, I'm guessing, bro. This does not feel right. Starting September 9th of this year. La delegación mexicana estará encabezada por la secretaria de Economía, Tatiana. Okay, so the Mexican delegation will be led by Secretary Economic Secretary of the Economy, Secretary of Economics, Secretary of the Economy, let's say Secretary by the Mexican Secretary of Economy. Do we have that in America? A Secretary of Economy, Economic Secretary, Secretary of Economics? I don't know. Secretary of Economy, Tatiana Cloutier. There's not a lot of Latinos over here que tiene este apellido. It kind of makes you see how in Mexico they have the same difference between white and non-white. Anyways, looks different, but it's the same idea. Okay. Mexican Secretary of Economy, Tatiana Cloutier, y el Secretario de Relaciones Exteriores, Marcelo Ebrard. Relaciones Exteriores. It sounds like foreign relations, but that's not exteriores. Let's just, this is the devil. It's okay. It works sometimes, but it's not really what you need to translate a whole thing. Because I've been hired, especially in China, I would get hired to edit stuff that was Google translated because it was cheaper to charge me for editing than for translation. So then I would end up having to ask them to send me the original document in Mandarin and then translate it into English anew. Okay, external relations. Orale, let's put it. The led by, okay, sorry, and the uh, Secretary of External Relations, Marcelo Ebrard. Again, it's not a common Mexican name aquí. So tells you about the class system in Mexico a little bit, probably, maybe. And that's one paragraph. So now we have one paragraph then. Easier than I thought it would be. Okay, así, así. I forget what así. Así means like that, soon, there. Así, some. It's a basic freaking word. That's entry level word. Así, like this, okay. Así lo preciso, like it precise, its own canciller, chancellor, he brought in su cuenta in his Twitter account, lunes, martes, this Tuesday, mientras transcurría la conferencia mañanera en Palacio Nacional, en la que manifestó que en ese encuentro se abordarán, entre otras cosas, los planes de inversión para Centroamérica. So, I want my mommy. I want my mommy. I am a 42-year-old man. I am physically strong. I'm from Norwalk. A lot of people speak Spanish. There's a whole, it's like, to me, Los Ángeles y el sur de California es un lugar como latino. Es un lugar, this is in my blood, it's in the air. This is where we're from. Can't do this, okay. So, I don't know. Accordingly, el preciso, okay, it's precisely its own preciso. You see how embarrassing this is? I have to use this. Oh, preciso said. It was said by, okay. It was, I think it's like more like this was stated by, by Chancellor Canciller. I'm guessing that's Chancellor. Yes. Chancellor is a French version of Canciller, and vice versa. Yes, by Chancellor Ebrard himself in his in his Twitter account, Cuentas account. Este martes, this account, this Tuesday. Mientras is like amid to me. Mientras transcurría, See, look how I did the Chinese one just a little bit ago, and I didn't have to look up like all but 2 words. Past, transcurría. See, I don't know. Past the conference mañanera. Mañanera, what is that, tomorrow, the next day, in Palacio. I'm humiliated. Morning. I don't know. Amid the ending of the conference earlier that day, because like saying the morning of that day in the National Palace, la que manifestó, and he manifested that en ese encuentro, in this encounter, se abordarán. I don't know, that's another verb. Spanish verbs are the hardest part of Spanish, let me tell you. It's like writing characters is the hardest part of Chinese. The grammar in Chinese is easy. Pronunciation is consistent. and the tones are it's not as hard as people think. The characters are not as hard as people think, easier. So not as hard as people think either, but like the Spanish verbs, they're the ones that might piss you off sometimes. Addressed. Okay. So I'm taking risks here, brothers and sisters. This would not be something that I would charge money for. Okay, that day in the National Palace, and um he said it's like he said. Oh no. Okay, the day in the National Palace, and stated that uh okay, that what are they gonna address? That and stated that in the upcoming meeting, um inversión, I mean inversion obviously, but okay, investment. Isn't that funny? Inversion, investment. Okay, so okay, so this makes sense. It's an economic meeting. They're going to talk about investing in Central America. Okay, and so then the upcoming meeting, among other things, um, investment in Central America will be discussed. One more paragraph, homie. Wow, I mean, I know this is not perfect. I'm sure there's like 50 errors already, but you got to admit that's not bad. I have something. Me oh, this is the statement by this guy on his Twitter account. Um, I I hope they hope me piden, I hope precisar bienes, like some people, precisar, require. So what is it? Pide. Oh, okay, I ask them. I am asking them. And then what was it? Trace that again? Wow, you guys. Translation is definitely a skill, and it is taxing. I can feel my brain kind of precisar. I am asking them to require some assistance. Oh, look at this. Diálogo económico de alto nivel. So that was what we encountered in the first sentence here, but it's not capitalized. So he capitalized. So this is the actual event. The diálogo económico de alto nivel. I'm asking them to acquire some assistance. I'm laughing because this sounds so fucked up. It sounds so wrong. For the high level economic talks. That's what they call it. What did I say? Discussions. Diálogo. Why don't we just say dialogue then? If that's what they have, dialogue. Okay. Will lead the, let's say, high level economic dialogue. Will lead the high level economic dialogue, because dialogue is between two people, but here it's like two parties. Starting September 9th of this year. The Mexican, here, let's separate this. Mexican delegation will be led by the Mexican Secretary of Economy, Tatiana Cloutier, and the Secretary of External Relations, Marcelo Ebrard. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna take out, because right now, brothers and sisters, this is not at all I don't feel this is a good translation. I'm not qualified to say if this is a good translation. This is an amateur translation, but I'm happy with it so far, so I'm going to get rid of that. See, you'll notice if you watch my other video on translating Mandarin, you'll notice that this is actually going faster. And I don't know if it's because I just did the Chinese translation and like my translation juices are flowing. But it's interesting that I'm fluent in Mandarin. I have a much higher level in Mandarin than in Spanish. I can speak more fluently, read more fluently, translate more fluently. But Spanish, because it's so close to English and because I grew up with it and because I'm actually un parte Mexicano, and it's like part of my life. So I think it's just a little bit easier overall. That said, I would love people to tell me all the places where I effed up here. Anyways, here's his quote. I'm asking them to require some assistance. We're going to fix that in a minute. Require some assistance for the high level economic dialogue. Losing my patience. It's interesting when you see other languages and they don't capitalize. Like in Farsi, there's no such thing as capitalization. In Chinese, there's no such thing as capitalization. When you go between languages with the Latin alphabet or Cyrillic alphabet, there is. And it's weird. Different languages capitalize different things. German always freaks me out. I have no idea why German uses capital letters. I have no idea. Okay. Será means will be encabezado por parte de EU por la vicepresidente or EU Estados. I was thinking of the EU, but that's the Estados Unidos. Okay. Can I stop now, mommy? No. Almost done. Stay with me, class. Okay. They will be led on the part of. Said led by. They will be okay, no. They will be led by on the part of the US. Okay. So the US side will be led by Vice President. Homie, I was saying forever that the plan was to make Kamala Harris president. And I think she's staying out of the way now because she knows that nothing, or maybe they figured out nothing good's going to come of her and Joe Biden. So maybe she's hoping that she can reemerge later. Maybe she's going to fake a terrorist attack or something. Anyways, la delegación mexicana estará encabezada por so they just said the same thing. The Mexican, see how they don't capitalize Mexicana and then they capitalize some things up here and down there? Is that just the era of La Jornada or is it something that I'm just too ignorant to understand? Okay, mira, la delegación mexicana estará encabezada por las secretarias de Economía y Relaciones Exteriores. The Mexican delegation, wow, that's a lot easier than I thought, will be led by the Secretary of what did I say before? This is the other thing about being dyslexic. The good thing about being dyslexic is that everything can be in every arrangement. If you have three letters like ABC, then you go ACB, then you go BAC, BCA, and then you go CBE, CAB. You can see all the combinations. The hard part is finding the combinations they want you to have. So, Mr. Taylor, you said up here, evidence. Secretary of Economy, yes. And the Secretary of Economy and of External Relations. Homie, bro, that's about it. Let's fix this. I am asking them to require. Me piden precisar quienes asisten. Quienes is like who, those people or something, some people. Me Now we're gonna bite the bullet and see what Google Translate says. Um, you know, they ask me to specify who attends. So here asisten means precisar, specify. Me piden, they ask me, makes sense. Then quienes who asisten will attend. Okay. Okay, so I've been asked. This is better. Um, um, oh, they have asked me. They have asked me who will attend the high-level economic dialogue on September 9th. It will be mira, cabrón. Almost done. Okay. Okay. Terrano. Okay. It will be led by. It will be led by on the part of the U.S. Vice. So let's just say on the now it would be better to say on the U.S. side it will be led by this. But now I'm trying to remain true to the original text. It will be led by. No, I'm just gonna say so. The U.S. side will be led by. Do I sound tired? Because I feel exhausted right now. I need to drink water and move around. Okay. U.S. side will be led by Vice President Kamala. Let's take out these commas, right? Get to the point. Okay, we need to make a space here. We got it. By Vice President Kamala Harris, the Mexican delegation will be led by the Secretary of. Why are you underlining this? You got an issue with me, homie? Okay. Claro que sí. Now, let's see what this thing is. Kamala Harris, September 9th. 叫什么名字？他叫什么名字呢？and let's put the other one, Ebrard, here. Harris to meet Mexican counterparts for high level. So see in English, it's not like the event high level something something. It's just they're describing high level economic dialogue. So I got that part right. We'll meet with Mexican economy secretary, not secretary of the economy secretary. See, foreign affairs. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. So let's change this. Let's cambiar. Okay. So we need to change the titles. So we'll lead a high level economic. This is the last edit, then we're done. Girl. I'm gonna take a shower. I don't know. Be led by Mexican economic secretary. Tatiana. I'm gonna marry someone named Tatiana. It's my next marriage, my very next marriage. I'm gonna marry Tatiana. Who do I know that named Tatiana? Mexican economic secretary Tatiana Cloutier and Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Orale. Casi terminar. Okay. Foreign Affairs. Marcelo Ebrard. This was stated by Chancellor Ebrard himself on his Twitter account this Tuesday at the ending of the conference earlier that day in the ending of a conference. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna give up on this in a minute. This is as much as I can do right now. I want people to see what it's like to translate when you're learning a language. And you're not a professional. I'm not a professional. I have a degree in Mandarin, but I already knew Mandarin before I got that degree. I took a test, a standardized Chinese test in China. I've never done any of that for Spanish. I've only had a few Spanish classes. I'm an amateur, brothers and sisters. Forgive me. Forgive me. Okay? La falta es mío. La culpa es mío. Okay. Economic secretary. Orale, as they say in the one ways where I'm from. I'm not from the one ways. I'm from Norwalk. In Norwalk, they have the one ways, and by the economic secretary and secretary of foreign affairs. Done. Voila, as they say. Brothers and sisters, here's my point. Um, I want to share my language life because it's always like studying is always something I've done alone, as a loner, right? In the library alone. Um, in class instead of studying things I'm supposed to study, studying Kant and Nietzsche and all this stuff and other things. I want to share my language life with other people. And other people to share the language life with me. I'm looking for people to show me how they do these things. And like I said, I know there's people who are so much more skilled at this than me. I want to learn from them. I want them to show me the heights that I can ascend to. Yeah, 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 yeah. Gracias para todos. Okay, hasta luego. Besos para todos.